Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is a spooky Friday the 13th here in September. So as we get ready for the spooktacular season of Halloween and scary toys, I figured we would kick things off today with NECA's Nosferatu. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by, and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is Friday, and I just wanted to do a quick little update because I have been getting this question because I think maybe some people might have missed the episode where I talked about it. But the reason that the figures are down, the shelves are down, and things are kind of a mess in my room right now is because I am pulling everything down so I can get ready to renovate my office space. We're going to be painting the office, and we're going to be putting up like wall-to-wall shelves, floor-to-ceiling behind me, and so I can really spread out my collection and you guys can see it more, I can see it more, and I can enjoy this space more. This was never the color that I wanted for this room. It was the color that we painted the entire living room, and this was a part of it before we walled it off. And we did that not for YouTube, but because I started working from home a couple of years ago, and this became my office, so we needed a dedicated office space. So enough about that. Today, I'm going to be picking some colors from these three colors. Right now, I'm kind of leaning towards this one, but who knows what'll happen. But that's why there's no figures up behind me, and it is Friday the 13th, and I had something else planned for today in that little small review space, but since it's a spooky day, let's go ahead and do a spooky figure, and this is one I've been having in my pile of shame for a while, and I need to open up and get to it. So let's head over to the little review space and take a look at Nosferatu. All right, taking a closer look at the front of the package here, we have Nosferatu, a symphony of horror. I really like this green glow across the painting. We have some nice, beautiful photography of the figure on the back and on the sides. Comes with inkwell, quill, bottle, keys, hat. I really like that pose right there. You open it up, you get a really nice portrait of the figure right there, and then here it is. You can see everything he comes with nicely laid out in the package. So let's get this thing opened up and see everything he comes with. All right, we're going to start off with the hands here. I really like this outstretched kind of open hand. I kind of wish he had one for the right hand as well. I mean, left hand as well. We also get this hand here that's good for holding the quill. We have another hand here that's open a little bit more than this first one, and this one is for holding I guess maybe the top of the bottle or the neck of the wine bottle. But nice that they give us two different sizes. Here we have a left hand that is completely closed. Not necessarily a fist, but just closed. And then we have two left and right open splayed hands. These are the hands that come on him in the package. And you can see that they're nicely painted. The vein work, the nails. They're all on horizontal hinges, no vertical hinges necessary. And then we have some creepy, curled out, nasty nails ready to do some damage. Next up, we have his nice little hat. I don't know what the style of hat is called, but it is nicely wrinkled and painted, and it is very squishy and rubbery, so I think that'll probably fit on his head no problem. We have this nice set of chains here, keys that are on a real metal chain. The keys appear to be plastic because they're kind of wobbly, so I don't feel like they're going to break as long as you're careful with them, but that real metal chain is a nice touch. Next up, we have a page of notes or spells or something that he's writing on. It's nicely mimicking parchment paper, and I like the little scratches. Here we have a nice little wine bottle. It's a very unique shape. It's got a little hole in the top. It's very nice, very simple for what it is. And next up, we have this, my favorite accessories, like this quill and inkwell, and the quill does fit down in the inkwell. And the nice thing is that they even have some like black shiny like glossy paint on the top to make it look like ink has spilled out as he tries to put the quill back in. Very nice touch, and I really dig that. Next up, we have the heads. So I really love this kind of mischievous head looking off to the right. I really like how they've put this really nice varnish all over the eyes to make them look wet. You have a little bit of hair, a little bit of purple paint wash here and there. little bit of the teeth poking through. The next head is more of his crazed, like hypnotic look where he's trying to put you in a trance. You can see his eyes looking straight forward. More of the teeth are bared. But again, those eyes with that varnish just look so nice. And here we have his more menacing look. He's a little disturbed in this one, a little frowning a little bit. Looks like the hair is coming over the ear a little bit on here. It's not just the paint, it's actually sculpted that way on the right side of his ear. Not so much of the teeth. Now, I do love all three of these heads, but I would have loved like an angry, snarling, teeth-bared fangs head. Now, here is a closer look at the figure itself. The heads are really easy to pop off. They're on there really securely, and they're super easy to pop off, which I appreciate. I really like this coat that is over the whole figure. It's nice and soft, so it doesn't really hinder the articulation. You can see a little bit of the sculpting underneath. I love the fasteners on the front of the jacket. It looks really nice. The sculpt, all the little wrinkles, the little hunch in his back, and a nice little bit of a wash to it. It looks very, very nice. I'm digging this. I dig the way it looks. As far as like hard plastic capes go or cloaks, this is one of my favorites. You can see that hand is the hand that's closed off, and this hand is the one that's open. Nice wrinkles, nice little detail down on the shoes. It's pretty plain up underneath, very tight-fitting pants, and he's very stylish. This look has come back around here in in 2024. Let's go over the articulation here. His head can look up about that far. The coat does kind of get in the way, but he can look really far down. Lots of like ball joint movement there. The arms can go all the way out to the side. Just want to make sure you get it up underneath that soft coat. The arms can spin all the way around if you want them to. No bicep swivel, but we do have a nice hinge and swivel there at the elbow. That's about as far as you're going to get, a little bit past 90. You have hinge and swivel there at the wrist. We do have some articulation here at the waist, and even with that coat, he can bend forward about that far, but nothing going back. That's about it. The legs are going to be hindered by this coat, but you can see about how much range of motion you can get there. They do rotate at the top of the thigh. You have that single joint and hinge bend there at the knee, and then a hinge, a rocker, and a forward-facing pin on the ankle. And then to take a closer look at some of the other heads, we have this kind of looking off to the left mischievous head, but let's go ahead and try the little hat that he has. I wish I knew what style of hat this was called, so I just could call it something other than his hat, but I think if you kind of squeeze it and maybe get it over his ears a little bit, I think you can get it on there. Yep, and then it's going to be on there secure enough that it won't fall off. And you can put this hat on all three of the different heads, and it fits on there very nicely. Now, swapping the heads, let's go ahead and take this one off, and let's put on, there we go, his more kind of irritated look. He's kind of disappointed in you and the decisions you're making here. And then let's maybe get his hands in like a little bit of a sort of a position here, just a little bit of a pose, maybe give him that quill. Let's see how this works. I don't know. Does it go in between his fingers or through his whole hand here? I'm trying to figure this out. How does this work? Looks like there's a space between the thumb and the first finger, but we'll just have him holding it like this for now. Yeah, it looks really nice. I'm glad that they included that accessory. That's pretty neat. And then let's see here. Let's swap out some of the hands, which the hands are in there really tight. They all pop in very well. I'm almost afraid they're going to break, but they feel pretty sturdy enough. So maybe we'll get lucky. Let's give him a set of keys here as he's like skulking around the hallways of his manor. Man, I think that looks really nice. It looks really cool. Again, the varnish on those eyes really bring this head sculpt to life. I love that so much. That's such a nice touch there. Here, let's see what else we can do here with these hands. Let's maybe give him some of his creeping hands, some of his scary hands, and maybe give him his hypnotic look, and see how that looks. Let's maybe get the other hand on there, the other creepy, scary hand, and there he is, very menacing, very hypnotic. He's casting a spell on you, and he is coming to get you. And this guy looks great. What a great figure to open up and mess around with on Friday the 13th. And then here is a look at the figure itself, standing straight up and down on the turntable with some of his accessories so you can get a better look at the guy in 360. And he is nice. I am digging this figure. He looks really good. I love the sculpt. He seems like a very simple, simplistic sculpt. For this figure, but he didn't do a whole lot in the movie. This is kind of how he was, kind of walking around, skulking around, and I think he's going to make a great addition to your horror movie shelf, and he fits in nicely with the other NECA figures in this series. And I got to tell you, I am really enjoying this guy. I think he looks great. He comes with a nice pack out, like everything he comes with, all the accessories, the quill, the inkwell, the parchment, the hat, the keys, the bottle of wine. I can't think of anything else I would rather him come with other than maybe, like I said, the additional head that's a little more, teeth gnarled and kind of his fangs bared. I think that would have been a nice, the only other thing I can think of to include. I know that there is another black and white version of this figure out there. I don't plan on picking it up. I don't have any of the black and white versions of these NECA creatures, villains, monsters on my shelf. So I won't be picking that one up, but maybe in the future they'll give us a different version. Was there a version of him like in a smoking jacket and like maybe like an ascot, if I'm remembering correctly, maybe from the movie? I don't know. It's been so long since I've seen that film. I need to go back and revisit it. But anyway, I hope this satiates your need for blood and horror and a little bit of something scary on Friday the 13th. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector, and I will see you in the toy aisles.